Okay, I'm a bit starstruck, but anyway, so good to be in front of you, Brad, because it's always been on the laptop. But anyway, I think my question would be time to first value for clients, right?
Mm.
Because I've started working with a couple clients, and everyone wants the results now. So how do we navigate that? Do we put that in a timeline to say maybe you should get results in the first 6 weeks or something like that. But I think, in this
Yeah.
world where customer success is becoming a thing, that time to first value is, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great question. Our guarantee says 17 weeks. So within 17 weeks, we should have earned their feedback for them. So that's why you want to move on fast money strategies up front. Even when a business owner tells you, oh, we don't need to worry about the money, you worry about the money, all right? Because that should be your first primary focus. If there's a market downturn and you're seen as a luxury, you're gone. If you're seen as an integral part of their company, like they would never fire their best salesperson. You need to be like, the way they see you is like you are their best salesperson, that level of value, that you being there brings them more money every day. And so if you've got someone on, and this is where it's just a value thing, that eventually you'll get this in your head. You'll start charging $5,000 a month a client, $60,000 a year, because you realize just how much money you're making them. See, a client of yours wins three ways. Number one is just the straight cash flow side of it, okay? Cash and profits that come in extra. Number two is the salability, or the level of value of the business that's for sale. Like when they start with you, the vast majority of times, they cannot sell their business. It's not a saleable business. It's a dependent business. It's dependent on one customer, one staff member, one thing, one marketing methodology, one product line type stuff. And so when you help them build it, when you install ABOS, when you actually build that system with them, it blows your mind just how much their business is now worth as an asset. That's why a lot of business brokers, you'll want to build relationships with business brokers. Not so much to sell the businesses, but more so when someone goes to the broker and says, I'd like to sell my business, and the broker looks at them and goes, you don't have anything to sell. You need to go talk to Gina. Gina will coach you through how to actually build a business that's saleable, that you can build. And the third thing that they win out of this is just harmony in their own self. They'll sleep better at night. They'll be able to see their kids' events. They'll go on a vacation for the first time in X number of years type thing. So the three levels of win they get is where you have to understand that you're educating them that. If you educate them that you're there to fix their business and you're there to fix their problems, you'll last between 3 and 9 months with them. If you're there to talk to them about their dreams and their goals and building a business they can sell, and this is where you want to set 2 goals with every single new client. Goal number 1, when do they get off the tools? If they're a hairdresser, when do they stop cutting hair? If they're an accountant, when do they stop doing the accounting work type thing? If they're running a restaurant, when do they stop being the maitre d' or the chef? Or, do you know what I mean? It's like, that's goal number 1. So, goal number 2 is, when are they going to finish the business? When is it going to run without them? When will it be able to be sold? So goal number 2 is somewhere between 3 and 7 years away. So guess how long your coaching works? And what I do then with them is I work backwards from then. If we know their 5 ways numbers, like imagine I know your 5 ways numbers, right? And you set me a goal of 10 million a year in profit, and currently you're only doing 1 million a year in profit. Okay, so we go out, you say, I want to sell in 7 years. Fantastic. In 7 years, we want 1 million in profit. What do your numbers need to be? We need to have this many customers, this conversion rate, this average. Does that make sense? Then in year 6, it needs to be this. Year 5, it needs to be, and we work backwards right to the current year. We do it quarterly. So by end of Q1, you need to be here. By end of Q2, you need to be here. By end of Q3, by end of Q4. So you've got a 7-year plan. What does that mean? You've got a 7-year client. If you don't show me a 7-year plan, you don't got me as a 7-year client. Now, we've got clients that have been with us 20 years. Because what sporting team doesn't need a coach? Now, when it comes to getting them fast results, There's a whole section of the training online which talks about quick wins, quick cash wins, fast money stuff. I think you guys even do a section on it here in training, right?
Yeah, they should already have it.
Yeah.
It's right. Yeah, you're famous.
Oh, there it is, the quick cash wins. So you do want to go for some of them quick cash things up front. I mean, you guys have such an amazing level of system. Now, when I started out, you know what my system was with a client? All right, what are the 20 things you should be doing that you're not? All right, that's our first 20 weeks of coaching. Let's go. Do you know what I mean? Like, that was literally as scientific as it was back in the early days. But even with that, it still got them results. You know, if I look at what gets them the results fastest, most of the time it's the alignment. If I do the alignment properly, I get them motivated. Like, I loved at the end of an alignment sending them to a car dealership. Like, if they've said, I want this particular type of car, right? I want you to go down the dealership. I want to see a photo of you in that car. I want it printed. I want it stuck next to your computer. They want a certain type of house. Great. Go drive the neighborhood that you want to be living in and take me a photo of that house that you want to be living in. Take a photo in front of it with you. It'll feel stupid. You'll feel like I don't belong here. But over time, watching it, you'll feel like you belong there. See, getting them motivated is what gets the fastest results early on. What do you think the average business owner feels about their business when they start with you? What do you think their goal is when they start with you in most cases? You got about 20, 30% of cases where they're doing good and want to do great. You got 70, 80% of cases where there's a struggle. And the struggle could be time, it could be money, it could be team, it could be family, it could be personality. You know, we go down the four main things: time, team, money, and motivation. They're the four main things, and that's what you're looking for with a client when you first meet with someone. What's their biggest pain factor right now? Time, team, money, or motivation? What have I got to get them first? But if you like, imagine you sat down, Gina, with a potential client, and you walk out of that meeting and you go, okay, time, they're at a 7 out of 10, they're doing good. Team, they're at a 6 out of 10, they're doing good. Money, they're at a 3 out of 10. Motivation, they're at a 2 out of 10. All right, I got to get money and motivation. If I can get money and motivation, this person's going to love me. But it could be the other way around. They could be as passionate as anything, but they're working 80-hour weeks. They're missing family things. They're doing all of that. Now, what does that tell you? It tells you they're also struggling with motivation because they don't want to see their family. And that's a reality. Person working 80 hours a week is doing it because they don't want to go home. You know? So there's a lot of that human stuff that gets the biggest results in the beginning, in fact. I find I get more results out of human stuff in the beginning than I do out of business stuff. Now, the other way to get results real fast in the beginning is to work with their team. So I don't ever want you to sell a single program. It should be your goal to never, ever, ever, ever sell someone one program. Okay, what we're going to do, Gina, when we start out is I'm going to start coaching you. We got to decide what level you need me to coach you on. We're also going to work with your team. Now, the working with your team, we got to decide whether we're going to start with sales or team building or what we're going to start with on your team. But we got to get your team moving straight away, because if the salespeople get moving, boom, company's growing. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't ever try and just sell a single program. Wasted their time, wasted your time. But the biggest thing I can tell you about selling in this is every single prospect, you must present them with a package that you want them to say no to. I want you to present the $120,000 unlimited coaching package to every single person. Why do you want to present a $120,000 package? Because 60 looks cheap now. If you want them to buy at 60 grand and that's the highest price point you present to them, you've just failed. You got to present to them 120 so that 60 looks reasonable. Why do we present prices annually? They can pay monthly, but why do we present prices annually? Paying monthly, it's an expense. Paying annually is an investment. We got to get them thinking, I'm investing in my business. Having a coach is an investment in my future. We can work that into your cash flows. Now you can get them to borrow. If you sign up with the Cope Cart guys, they can borrow the money. They pay it off over 2 to 3 years, which is great. So the first year they borrow it. The second and third years, you're making them the money. They can just pay for it. Let's give everyone a turn, and then definitely you can go again.